foreign wars, mission accomplished. And then with the economy, what do you say? We have to abandon the free market, save the free market. I feel like we've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're looking at an AOC if they don't start getting together and getting something done for the working man out there. Hey, is my life better than it was 4 years ago?
I think you make a really good point, and that's kind of, well, I say kind of. No, that is indeed the warning that I'm trying to give people. I know that there are a number of folks on talk radio that their job is to, rah, rah, cheer, cheer. We're awesome. It's great. They're fantastic. And cover. I feel like our job here, me and you and y'all together, is to try to get to the bottom of things and always ask when we're told something, is that true? And when we're told, hey, it's wonderful and Republicans are wonderful, the question is that true? And I have no intention of being in a cult. I expect Republicans to do what Republicans promise us, which is conservatism and protect the West and Western values and America as founded and the principles and Christianity and free markets and all that kind of stuff. I expect them to do that, and they are not doing what they promise us they would do. Now, look, Robert, you travel in other states more than I do. I don't know what these Republicans in other states promise their voters. I mean, maybe Lisa Murkowski is doing exactly what she told the Alaskan Republicans she was going to do. Maybe Susan Collins is doing exactly what she told the people in, was it Maine, that she was going to do. But I want them to do what their campaign mail pieces say they're going to do, and they don't seem to be able to get around to that. But they can sure hurry up and help out some big special interest guy get done what he needs to get done.
And with the younger crowd, the Epstein stuff is not going away. Just because they're not talking about it doesn't mean that the people out there aren't talking about it, especially the younger voters.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, again, we said it yesterday, Robert. I don't know if you were listening. I saw some folks on a podcast who said, look, if the federal government came out and said, yes, we and our buddies and our friends, our globalist friends, we are absolutely doing every vile thing that y'all imagine that we're doing. We are doing it. What are we going to do? We don't even know where the pitchforks are, and we sure don't know how to light the torches.
Exactly. Going on with our daily lives.
That's exactly what we'll do. And unfortunately, even us who are trying to say the right things, Robert, probably aren't. We don't have that old school thought of, hey, you know what? If there's got to be a rough time, if there's got to be a battle, I want it done in my day so that my children and my grandchildren can do something else. Somehow that's gotten washed out of us. We don't seem to care about that anymore.
It seems like we had a revolution for a lot less than what we're dealing with today.
That's a good point.
Those people had convictions.
Yeah,
they did.
We don't know what we believe in anymore.
Robert, I appreciate you, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Hey, great call, man. Thanks. Give us a call back. No, I mean, Robert, he's right. I mean, look, Robert's older than I am, I think. And he feels like your buddies.
Right.
The guys in the 30s and 40s. And when they make it difficult for me to explain, hey, look, no, you need to be for us because
why?
Because why? Because we might send your kids to go fight in the Middle East because it matters.
Yeah, we're the good guys. It isn't cutting it anymore.
No, I just don't see it.
Yeah, the middle class, the working people. What are they getting? And the Epstein issue that Robert brought up, that's big too.
I'm telling you,
that is going to be a real wedge.
The Epstein issue. Now, fortunately, the Democrats don't really have the high ground on that either. Okay,
I don't know.
But what they do have, and we've talked about on this program, The way people on the left get elected many times is not by convincing more people to vote for them, okay? Because they can't. And one of your buddies said he might go for Jones, but it's usually not the case. Note that 2 of the 3 are like, forget it. I'm not going to vote for the Republicans. Oh. That's how they win. See, the Democrats don't win on Epstein by making everybody go, yeah, we know you guys, y'all would have really gone after those pedophiles and Satanists and people eaters. Y'all would have done it. No, everybody knows they're in the club. Yeah. They were covering for it for forever. They knew it. They're tightly in the club. They're the ones that send you pictures on social media of them at the party. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if they can get half or a third of our voters to go, forget it.
Voter fatigue.
We're not going to do it. We're done. Fine, whatever. It doesn't matter what I do. Then they win. You see what I'm saying?
That was the other 2 guys.
That was the other 2 guys.
The one Doug Jones, 2.
Their votes are suppressed, not changed over, because you don't have to have that usually.
Yeah, just keep them home.
Keep them home.
It's -2.
And then roll keeping home with let's don't have legal elections. Let's just let everybody vote, which is funny because they'll use it against the Democrats too. What's her name? Wong. What was her name?
Wanged.
Wong. They done Wong.
Well, she told a little bit too much truth, Scott.
But did you see her polling?
Yes.
She was
get to this.
kicking tail. We're going to do that. We got a couple more callers. We're going to get to them after this. We got 2 minutes?
Yeah, we can get Betty.
Who can we get? Betty?
Yeah, Betty.
And then Soldier Boy will be Soldier, what's he got? Montgomery crime? That's close. Because we're going to keep having crime if we don't do something about this voting. Let's go to Betty. Betty, welcome to the program.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Betty, I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good. Pretty good.
Good.
I have a point to make that people, when they decide, we need to be smarter about how that we vote. We know that.
Yes, ma'am.
For people to say that, well, I'm tired of this one, I'm going to vote for that one, it's like a divorce going bad because you still don't know what you're getting. You're voting blindly.
Yes. It's like what do they call it when you you fall out of a relationship and you just glom on to whoever showed up next? Oh, what is that called?
Yeah. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
It's not a good plan.
You get trashed. Take your bruises and move on.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, look for something better, but you can't vote stupidly. Our system also is built on 2 different systems. People are saying they're not seeing arrests and stuff like that. Our civil system, you have one criminal in the courtroom, and the media focuses on that person.
Yes.
And they've got your mind made up no matter what. This person's guilty, not guilty, whatever.
Right.
When we see this kind of crimes that our politicians are doing, those are not civil crimes.
Right.
Those are military laws and order crimes. You will not see those in the military. For people to sit and whine, oh, we're not seeing an arrest. We're not seeing an arrest. You're not going to see them. They're being made. But they are not going to see these because like civil cases, you arrested this person, but if someone else is involved, you're still looking for them.
Okay. So, Betty, let me ask you this, because I've been through this a lot, and I'm not questioning. Well, I am questioning, but I'm not attacking. I'm going all the way back to Trump's first term, and I was told constantly that, man, stuff's happening in the background. You just don't know what's happening, Scott. It's stuff's happening in the ground. They're doing all this and doing all that and fighting, white hats and black hats and this and that.
Yeah.
And military this and Guantanamo that, and won't be any almost there.
Yep.
And so we're what, 8, 9, 10 years into this?
Yep. Listen.
Okay.
He was green. 2, he had people he trusted around him that were planted there. And
that's true.
He learned what to do. This time, he had, with the persecution in between, he had time to really, because that raid they did on his house, it was totally illegal. They even recently ruled on that.
Yes.
He had vengeance coming. I'm going to get you guys. What they did and what they did to him and the American nation, they're going to pay for it. You
Betty,
no longer have people. Go ahead.
I know I was going to say, I hope you're absolutely right. My hope is in that, and if that is in the works, I hope he's able to get there. But we're still hanging on. We're still hanging on to hope.
The man is an amazing plan. If you listen to the right perspective, it's not civil, it's military.
Mm-hmm.
And how many people are involved? You don't let go of the trial until you've got every person you can get. But he's not going to be able to get them all. This will go on for decades because listen to what they've done and what they've said.
Mm-hmm.
Totally against their Constitution. And they are going to pay, but it's going to take some time. We will see arrests. There have been arrests. But we won't see anything. If you listen, you can hear it if you get in the right circles.
Well, I want you to keep us informed and keep giving us a call, but I got to go to a break. I have to, Betty. Thank you so much, and help us stay up to speed. We got to go. We'll be back.
Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason, your news and headline head.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
Show you can learn things, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Fred. Thank you.
But that's true, and I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. I am serious.
We have to stop Welcome back in, everybody. This is Alabama Unfiltered Radio, short segment. Let's go out to Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy, welcome to the program.
McCall.
Hey, Soldier Boy.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Be better if Mr. Trump drops the bombs and stops talking. I'll be happier.
Hey, can you help me out? I have a good friend who was all in for this thing when it started, and now he's like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know how this is.
Politics. politics are playing into a war. Big mistake.
Yep, I don't disagree with you on that.
Okay, what I wanted to talk about is local in Montgomery.
Okay.
You probably have the same problem. We had, and Sky, you can jump in. You know a lot about this, right? Correct?
Sure. Yeah. Do the news.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was reading on the website that an individual who is I think he's 18 years old. Is that correct, Sky?
He's a teenager. Yes. I can't remember
18.
exactly, but yes.
Yeah, well, it's 18 or 19, one
Right.
of the two.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't call them teenagers. I call them adult men. Okay.
Okay.
So does the court,
okay.
usually.
And what happened was he was involved in a shooting of 4 individuals at that Raceway gas station a couple of months ago.
Okay.
They let him out on bond. And what happens? Last week, he commits armed robbery with a gun. Back in jail. What is wrong with these judges? And first of all, how can you shoot 4 people? And where are these criminals getting the money for the bail? Because you got to put up, if it's a $45,000, I think it was a 45. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it a $45,000 bail, Sky?
I believe it was a little bit more than that. I was thinking like 150, 200. I don't have my information right in front of me, but regardless, he was granted bail by the judge. That's for sure.
So you only got to put up 10%. Where are they getting this kind of money? If Sky's right, if it's $140,000, you got to come up with $14,000 cash.
It's a good question.
That is a good question because I don't know how all that system works, but that seems like more money than most of these folks should have or have. If you got $14,000 laying around, why are you committing crimes?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's my understanding. But my whole issue about it is you're involved. Was it 3 or 4 homicides, Sky? Was it 3 or 4?
It turned out to be 4. There were 2 at the raceway, or 3 at the raceway, and then 1 further down the street at Carmichael Road. Like it was like a running gun battle.
Yeah, he was running. He was running from the gas station,
right,
trying to get away, and he eventually died or wherever he ended up on Carmichael.
Did only bad guys die? Were they killing each other?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, I've got an idea. Now, y'all don't steal this, okay? But could we put, I know there's got to be an old ballpark or an old stadium somewhere in the state of Alabama. And why don't we just get some of these folks that have all these beef and these gang deals?
Have it out there?
Yeah, just like a gladiatorial games, and we'll sell TV rights to it, and we'll cremate you and send your ashes, home to your family right after it's over. I'm talking about lickety split. I think we could all make some money.
We're going to rename Legion Field Thunderdome. Is that what you got in mind?
I'm fine with that. We got a new stadium. Why not?
Yeah.
Legion Field's got so much rust you can die. What do you call it from rust when you poke yourself in rust?
Hey, we don't want the bullets going to, but we're going to have to do swords. So.
Yeah, but my problem, I think, like Sky was correct when we were talking off air. A lot of this has to do with the judges.
Yeah, it does. We got to take a break, though.
You can't hang that on Mayor Reed either.
Hold on, Soldier Boy. We'll be back.
Thank you for being there, Scott. Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
Show you can learn things, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Fred. Thank you.
But that's true, and I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. I am serious.
We have to stop kowtowing to every little thing that they have said is bad and evil, and they don't get to decide what is right and wrong. I'll bank my money on what God, the creator of the universe, says is right and wrong. It's worked very well for Western society for 2 millennia, and we've got to get with it. Got to fight the fight. We got to get after it. It's ridiculous. I'm just tired of great Americans being ripped to shreds, history going away, and all of us cowering around because we're afraid somebody's going to call us a bad name. It is time to save the republic.
You're listening to Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Welcome back into the program, everybody. Alabama Unfiltered Radio. We appreciate you listening, and we appreciate you being part of the show. Soldier Boy, welcome back in. I want to give you the last word.
Hey, here's my question, Scott.
Yes,
Do we
sir.
blame more of the judges or the state legislature? Do they have the tools to do the job, the judges, or are the judge not using them and enforcing them, the max?
I would argue that it is the judges. because I'm going to give you my example. Okay. Now, look.
They get elected, right? They get elected, right?
They do get elected.
Well, we can call
in
them out,
Alabama,
then.
we elect them, but we don't pay attention to judges. I usually don't even know who the people are that are running for judge. That just seems to be the way it is. And if you go to a forum dealing with judges, this is one of the terrible things that they did. And I know it's supposed to be, we're above this and we're beyond reproach and we have a canon of ethics. They like to say canon of ethics, by the way. Where you go and you ask a judicial candidate, well, what do you think about so-and-so? And if it's anywhere close to something, and everything is something they might have to judge on, they say, well, I really shouldn't say because it's possible a case such as that will come before my court. And they're like, well, then what am I voting for you based on? Whether or not I like your hair? You were sweet to me at the the ballpark one afternoon. I mean, how am I choosing you over somebody else? Well, you just vote for the party, vote for the Republican. What?
So these liberal progressive judges are letting these people out with either no bail or ridiculously low bail to go back out and commit crimes again or kill somebody else again. Okay, you already been charged with 4 homicides. Okay.
Well, let me give you your example, Soldier Boy. And this is what the rest of that story. Alabama is really bad to say, well, we can't, Scott, because we must uphold the Constitution and a speedy trial, and you can't just be held in jail. If I was one of these judges and that guy who had shot 4 people, killed 4 people was in front of me, and I'm like, you're not getting out till after we do the trial. And if somebody said, well, you can't do that, Judge Beason, I'd be like, wait a minute. I will not keep this person in jail one day longer without a trial than you cats kept the January 6 people in jail.
6 people, that's right.
That's what I would do. And the Supreme Court could have weighed in and talked about constitutional rights and human dignity and all that kind of blather, and they chose not to. So don't tell me about what I need to do with murderers.
They were there for over a year without even being charged officially.
Yeah, it was bad.
They didn't know they were being charged and didn't even have access to a lawyer. I mean, it's Gulag, Stalag 13 all over again. World War II Nazi prison camps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just throw them in there and don't give them any rights. But when your job is not. I mean, like the chief of Montgomery said, we arrest them, and the next thing you know, they're back out.
Yep, that's exactly right. Exactly right.
So why do we have police? I mean, I want to make a suggestion. Okay. I want to get rid of the Department of Defense, the Department of War, okay?
Okay.
Because our threat is not from mechanical or weaponry from outside foreign countries. Our attack is internally across our no-sense borders, that we have no borders, letting illegals in, okay, to commit crimes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And also the overthrow of this government. Who was the famous politician, former Constitution that signed the Constitution that said the next threat is from within? That's why we wrote the Constitution.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that quote. I will agree with you though that we have more. The bigger threat is from our domestic enemies than our foreign enemies. Soldier Boy, I got to roll, buddy.
Absolutely. All right, later.
All right, later. Let's go out to James II. James II, welcome to the program. I hope you are well. Happy Thursday to you.
Hey, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time.
Okay.
You are one of the rare people, I mean, maybe you're the only one in Alabama that has a daughter that's a professional volleyball player, professional athlete. How did she obtain that skill? Is she, I know you've had to kind of coach her and everything and stuff, but is she especially tall, especially quick, especially good jumper? What was her route to this?
So all 3 of my children are good athletes. My oldest son wasn't very interested in sports a lot other than soccer, but he's still a very good athlete. And my youngest son plays football in college. Merritt, my daughter, she's my middle child. And she was always very athletic, always very fast. Started out in gymnastics, did the whole let's be really competitive. Go to practice almost every day. Of the week, all this kind of stuff. Maybe not on the weekends. Very, very willing to work. Always wanting to be better. She's one of those kids that would practice when she was at home. She would work out on her own. She would train on her own. All those things. And so when she was in junior high, she ends up going to some state gymnastics thing, or maybe it was 6th grade. And she realizes that she's the tallest person there, basically, and that she's taller than every Olympic gymnast there is. And maybe she ought to change to something else. And she switches over to volleyball. She is 6'3", barefooted. And, yeah. So you can look her up. She's on Instagram and TikTok and all that. Her name is Merritt, Merritt, Beason, Beason. But very athletic kid, hardworking kid, loves the sport. Where she gets her athletic ability, I'll try to say it's me and my wife. No, she's a naturally good athlete. When she was young, some of her coaches, and we did the whole travel thing, were like, no, she'll go play in college. And I can remember her first or second school that ever offered her. They were small schools, and I was like, you got to take it. I mean, we got to take it. They're going to pay for college, and you just take it. And the coach was like, no. You need to chill. It'll be all right. She's going to go bigger than that. And so now she plays in the pros, and she's probably going to end up having her own, her own club, and continue to try to coach and teach kids how to play, little girls how to play volleyball.
Man, that's amazing. I know you're really proud of her. I wouldn't be able to look her up because I'm totally blind.
Yes, sir.
But I really appreciate somebody that can volleyball, being able to jump. I was a high jumper in high school. And,
yes, sir.
I like somebody that can jump, can bat the ball, slam the ball, get in there and fight for offense, defense,
Yes, sir.
So I know you're really proud of her, and I just thank you for that explanation, and I hope she has great success in the future.
Well, James II, I appreciate you, buddy. I really wish you could see her play, but man, I appreciate your being willing to ask and giving me a chance to brag about my kids a little bit. And my little girl just happens to be taller than most men I know.
Yeah, and you're one of the few dads in the state of Alabama that's actually got a professional volleyball player as a daughter.
Yes, sir.
That is rare to have. That's an honor. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, James II. I appreciate you, buddy. Yes, sir. Great call. I'll tell you a funny, Sky. When she was being recruited, we visited another school for a camp, and I was talking to the head coach, and he said that one of his recruiting coaches was like, "Hey, we need to go check out this kid in this little girl in Alabama," and he's like, "Alabama." We don't get volleyball players out of Alabama, and that's just the way it was, and that's one of the things my daughter wants to change, and it has changed through the years. I mean that year, Merritt's travel team had two girls went to Florida, which was the tippy top at the time of SEC volleyball. And so that was a big deal. You're usually pretty good in a travel team if two of your kids are going to a big SEC school. And another one went Division I up in the Northeast somewhere. Another one went smaller D1. I mean, so that was pretty good little travel volleyball team.
Now, yours went to Nebraska straight away.
No, went to Florida first.
That's what, okay.
Went to Florida first, started as a freshman, was team captain as a sophomore, and then hit the transfer portal after the sophomore year, and ended up at Nebraska, which
turned out to be a pretty good choice.
Nebraska's an amazing place. People don't understand how amazing Nebraska volleyball is, and the head coach there, John Cook, did ask J. Ray, who was a recruiter guy. Hey, why did we not get this kid the first time around? And basically the translation is, well, we didn't look at Alabama.
Yeah, see?
So that kind of thing. But let's take a break. I appreciate the chance to get to brag on my kids a little bit, and we'll be right back. Welcome back into the program, everybody. This is Alabama Unfiltered Radio. I'm doing a terrible job over on this YouTube thing, Sky. But look, the picture is really good. There's the one view. This view's not as good because I have glare. You know what I didn't do? Because I don't know. I just don't know any better. If you gave me a multiple choice test, I would get the answer correct. But just doing it on my own, no. Because I put this one of my favorite pictures that was in my office when I was in Montgomery, up behind where I sit to do this program. And it is a picture of an elephant, big tusk, walking by himself on the beach, and there's a big piece of driftwood, like a tree or whatever, that's washed up on the shore, kind of in front of him, and he's in the back, and then there's a sunset in the background, or maybe a sunrise. I don't know which way the sun's going, but it's one or the other.
Okay.
And which, was just kind of symbolic of that that one solitary elephant Republican Alabama fan.
Okay.
All my teams at one time in my life were a derivative of red or crimson or maroon, and they were all elephants. So, it's easy to keep up with it. But so then I have this ring light to try to get the shadow off, and now there's a big glare because the picture has glass in front of it.
Of course.
But I didn't know. I just like the picture. But the other view has you can see the shirt that says, "Put your trust in God, keep your powder dry." You can see my one piece of art that I've ever purchased, because I am a huge, huge aficionado of art.
Tell me it's not a velvet portrait of Elvis, please.
No, it's the dogs playing poker. No, it's not. It's not. It is a fish that actually, now that things have changed, when I bought it, you couldn't, but now if you see it, you're like, that is a Dr. Zeus fish.
Oh.
That might be transgender. But see, when I bought it, blue fish, red fish, gay fish, something other fish, trans fish. Yeah. No, I'm serious. It's a heart attack because it's a cool looking fish, but it's kind of got like big Hollywood red lips. You know what I'm saying? Like real puffy, got the full lip injections. And then it's got like swooping kind of black hair, eyebrows kind of thing. That's one of my favorite. It's the only piece of art I've ever bought.
Okay.
And,
so it's like a signed real piece of art by a real artist.
It looks like it's something other Davis.
Okay.
Or Lexus. But I think it's Davis.
Okay.
Like maybe Simone Davis, 2015. It's painted on a piece of wood.
You would buy that, of all things.
When you see it, if you look on YouTube and you see it, you're going to think, man, I'll even move out of the way so y'all can see it. Oh, well, it's just changed to the other screen. Hold on. I'll do this for y'all on YouTube.
While you're doing that, I've got a couple of Mort Kunstler's
do you?
prints. Yeah.
Who is that? See, I don't know who that is.
The great War Between the States artist.
Oh, like a Stonewall Jackson and a Robert E. Lee kind of thing?
Those kind of things. He does both sides, but I've got the last rally with when Lee grabbed the flag.
Mm-hmm.
The tattered 2 days before Appomattox. I don't know. It appealed to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got another one of Fredericksburg of the Big Four overlooking the field from Marie's Heights.
Really?
That one's actually gone way up in value for some reason.
Well, people were figuring out that they were lied to for a long, long time. So now things that you used to couldn't say or utter. I found this for you, Sky. Apparently, this is an excerpt from a letter that Robert E. Lee wrote to Richard S. McCulloch. You ever heard this?
Is this from the guy from Texas?
McCulloch sounds like he'd be from Texas.
Okay. I think I know this. Go ahead. About the aftermath.
And
this is after the war?
Yes, it is after the war.
Okay. I know.
And I saved this for you. I put it over in my photos. And instead of sending it to you, I thought I would read it just because. And yes, I'm beating a dead horse for the folks who don't want to beat this horse, but
maybe not if this is what I think it is. It's definitely worth hearing today.
Robert E. Lee said, "Every brave people who considered their rights attacked and their constitutional liberties invaded would have done as we did. Our conduct was not caused by any insurrectional spirit, nor can it be termed a rebellion. For our construction of the Constitution under which we lived and acted was the same from its adoption. And for 80 years we had been taught and educated by the founders of the Republic and their written declarations, which controlled our consciences, and actions. The epithets that have been heaped upon us of, quote, rebels and traitors have no just meaning, nor are they believed in by those who understand the subject, even at the North. You fast forward 150 years, and you get lightweight thinkers who aren't really thinkers who say these men were traitors. And I want to point out that when Robert E. Lee says that we were taught and educated by the founders of the Republic and their written declarations, they were literally firsthand, in person, taught by the people who founded the country. Do any of these people that I have to suffer through reading their comments on the internet from time to time understand that many of these men were direct descendants, like sat on the laps of and were played with as children by the very men who signed the Constitution or signed the Declaration of Independence? Do any of these Nimrod ding-dongs who write this stuff, including some of them that write at places like American Thinker, have they ever thought about that? I would imagine they have a good understanding of the intent of the Constitution. I mean, I don't know if people think about that, Sky.
Well, first of all of George Washington's direct male relatives and relations fought for the Confederacy. Okay, you can look that up. And second, these people that vilify the South, I've noticed this over the years because, I fought my battles. I grew up north with a Southern accent.
Yes.
I had to learn quick how to defend.
Right.
And I have noticed that these ones that throw those traitor and those type words around, the worst of them all are almost always communists. They hate the Confederacy with a passion.
The communists do.
Yes. And is it any wonder why?
I have my theories. And the theory is that the progressives and the communists have to vilify the South, and then they're working on vilifying the founders as well.
Exactly.
Because anyone who will not bow the knee has to be vilified. There cannot be allowed for a hero archetype to be established that says, I will not yield.
Right.
If you are being a tyrant, I will fight you. That cannot be allowed. And I don't know if people understand that is what has gone on. That is why there was such an effort to completely vilify anybody in the South, no matter what kind of person they were, because that whole mindset of, hey, we're not just here to be ruled by you. You can't just tell us everything. Even if you disagree with the reasoning, there's some aspects that I absolutely disagree with. Slavery's wrong. Nobody should own somebody else. Do unto others. We are all created by God. We're even at the foot of the cross. The whole 9 yards. I get it. I don't want to own anybody, and I don't want to be owned. Fine. Right. I'm against it. But we all have to understand that the people who come up with these things, they always have some ulterior motive. And you have to think, what is that motive? Why vilify the founding fathers? You have to tear down heroes. You can't allow people to have a culture. They can't be allowed to have something to fight for. And we've had all those things hollowed out, and the South was kind of the testing ground for, hey, how do you hollow out a society? How do you make them quote unquote despise their own ancestors? And as soon as they got it all worked out here, they moved it all around the country to other places and decided, well, hey, we'll just make all the younger people hate America.
And that's exactly the progression. Exactly.
Yeah.
It started with the South because it was low hanging fruit.
Yeah, it was the easy ones to beat on.
We're also the most, vocal about it. Mm-hmm. And the children that are coming up now, they know nothing of this.
None of it.
All they know is what they've been taught in public schools.
I tell you what's funny. Now, I don't know is it Matt Walsh?
Yes.
Matt Walsh has got an American history thing that he does.
I read his
and it is amazing. And for somebody of his ilk to have the courage to say the things he has said about the South and other things, that's amazing, Sky. I mean, it's literally amazing. Let's go take a real quick break. Lots of stuff to do today. Golly, the day is flying by. We'll be back.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
You can learn things, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Fred. Thank you.
But that's true, and I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. I am serious.
We have to stop kowtowing to every little thing that they have said is bad and evil, and they don't get to decide what is right and wrong. I'll bank my money on what God, the creator of the universe, says is right and wrong. It's worked very well for Western society for 2 millennia, and we've got to get with it. Got to fight the fight. We got to get after it. It's ridiculous. I'm just tired of great Americans being ripped to shreds, history going away, and all of us cowering around because we're afraid somebody's going to call us a bad name. It is time to save the republic.
You're listening to Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
Welcome back into the program, everybody. This is a time I need to remind y'all of 1819 News, the podcast with Brian Dawson. You'll like it. It's awesome. You can go find it over at YouTube, 1819 News, the podcast. A huge archive there. And if you're really bored while you're there, I don't know if... No, I don't think the old podcast that we did with the ladies is... It might still be out there. But you want to watch Brian Dawson's 1819 News, the podcast. So go check that out while you're over at YouTube. Sign up, subscribe for what we're doing as well. And you'll be glad you did that. Let's go out to who's on. Where's the topic here?
John from Wetumpka is.
John from Wetumpka. Welcome to the program.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, John. Hope you're having a good day.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I am, and I wanted to bring up the fact that with regard to the Confederacy and what transpired, often been stated that they were traitors and rebels and those kind of things. But you notice they never went to trial. Jeff Davis did not. Robert E. Lee did not. Any of the generals that you could talk about that were prominent were not brought to trial. And the reason they weren't, Scott, I'm convinced, is because they would have won.
That's right. That was the thing that the North, the Union, feared most. Lincoln himself said that he told, what's his name? The devil Sherman, that it would be convenient if Jefferson Davis were to quietly slip away out of the country.
Exactly what they allowed to happen and what they needed to happen, because they didn't want that to go to trial, because what if they had lost the case and the whole Civil War was illegal?
Well, there's a very good chance they would have lost the case. And
right.
they knew
right.
it.
They would have. They knew that.
Yeah.
There's a very famous quote from somebody who I think was there not a Supreme Court justice that said something like they would have won that case?
Yeah, I think it was the one that Lincoln had arrested, Scott. Yeah.
Oh, that's the judge.
Yeah. Let me give that. I'll get that for you. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah. No, I think that's absolutely right. That's one of the things that if we did actually have an education system, that would be one of the questions that would be brought up, so that at least young people would say, and I hate the term young people because it just sounds so, I don't know, condescending or something. I don't know what y'all say, John, in education, but young people just seems like it's the youth group at church or something. But so that folks in school, kids in school, would be able to go, wait a minute, that's a really good point. If this was so slam dunk, then why no one was taken, no one was found guilty of treason, no one. That would be a great thing to be taught. But look on the bright side. Other than all Southerners bad, the South was bad. I mean, nothing happened in the 1860s other than slavery. And then that's all the Civil War was about, slavery, period. Then nothing actually happened much. We're almost getting to the point where we just totally skip over World War I. Then we do a little bit of World War II. All World War II was about was the Holocaust. That is all that was about. That's the entire war. Holocaust and Hitler. That's the big H's. And then you got to fast forward all the way to the Civil Rights Movement. And then after that, nothing really happened till you got a little bit of Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. I mean, and that's all. That is American history in a lot of public schools in this country. Am I lying?
No, that's what's emphasized for sure.
Yeah. Now you make a great point. I don't know how many Americans or even Alabamians realize that none of those Confederate leaders were tried for treason, and the reason is they were probably going to lose the case. Can you imagine even being in the North and the defense comes up and just starts quoting founding father after founding father, who many of them were also taught directly by founding fathers. Everybody knew that there, quote unquote, was a right to secede.
That's right.
Everybody knew that. And it was talked about in many states before the Civil War. And the war was about keeping the Union together. And that was it. Because half the country believed that if we didn't stay together, European powers would start muscling in on the rest, and they wanted to keep it as one big unified body.
Then there was all the tax money.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's part too. But
Lincoln
I'm talking about
himself said, "Who will fund the government?"
Yes, but I'm talking about the somewhat sellable argument.
Oh, okay.
Was we've got to keep the Union. We preserve the Union, right?
While we fight. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can't say we're going to go fight for tax dollars.
I guess not.
One point to bring up is that it came very close to New York seceding from the Union.
Yeah.
Not to mention Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lincoln had the legislators arrested in Maryland before they could vote to secede.
Mm-hmm. That's one way to do it.
Honest Abe, yeah.
I didn't know about New York, John from Wetumpka. I didn't know about that.
Very sympathetic.
Look it up.
Yeah. The draft riots of 1864 as well would emphasize the point. Yeah.
Hey, John, I appreciate you, buddy. Good call.
Take care.
Thank you, man. I'm glad John called because John's a smart guy.
Well, he's a teacher.
And they don't, if I say it, they're like, what the heck? I don't know. The draft riots, wait a minute. Didn't they hang some people?
Quite a few.
During the draft riots?
They were black people as well.
In New York? New York?
New York City.
Huh, wait a minute.
They actually had to recall troops from the front to quell the riots. It went on for days and days. People had just had enough of Lincoln's death machine, his war machine. And meanwhile, they were drafted more, and they were being used as cannon fodder, and they knew it. Lincoln himself said, finally, I have a general who understands the math, and that was Grant, that he could just throw wave after wave, and for every 10 he lost, he could replace. Every one Lee lost.
When we said in the South, hey, look, we eventually ran out of bullets and bodies.
That's correct.
We did not lose a war because of strategy.
Far from it.
We were too small.
Had no resources.
And we were also very, very chivalrous.
Too gentlemanly.
Yes, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But anyway, if there's a place, and here's the beauty of it. Anybody that has a child, a relative, or whatever who doesn't believe any of the things we're saying, tell them to go search them. But also tell them to be quick to ask AI, yeah, but what about this? Because it's the second search where it'll come out and say, well, yeah, that what you're saying was true, but the blah, 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 blah. That's how you get it. That's how you get there.
Be forewarned, there is no coming back from this one. Once you start
down
you can't stop. You cannot stop.
Let's see. What year were those New York riots? What were they called? The draft riots?
1864, New York City.
All right, let's see. 1864. I want to get how many. I'm going to use the right words, and so y'all can know and see what it says. How many? Oh, they said none, Sky.
We'll have to get more on that on the other side.
None.
That is way incorrect. Okay?
we'll get
the however.
We'll move on. We'll get all these people. But yeah, trust us. We'll be back.
Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason, your news and headline headquarters.
every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
Welcome back into the program, everybody. So, got to run something real quick by you to finish up on that topic. The New York riots, New York City draft riots, occurred in 1863.
I was one.
Now, let me get this straight. Now, one of the things that the South is always bashed for, right, is the wealthy Southern plantation owner who went out and started his own cavalry brigade and made himself general. That's what all the rich Southerners did. They all made themselves captains and majors and finance. They took all their horses, all their money, and they were out there parading around with their fancy hats, right? Right?
I've heard that.
Okay, because that's
that myth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen to this, because I want to fully embrace that. All right. These rich Southern guys were out there financing their own little armies, little twits, right? Okay, I'll give you that. We'll take it.
All right.
The cause of the 1863 New York draft riots, working class citizens, that'd be known as regular people, revolted against the Federal Enrollment Act. You know one of the reasons why they were revolting against the Federal Enrollment Act?
Part of it was because you could buy your way out, I believe.
Which drafted men into the Union Army, but allowed wealthy citizens to pay a $300 exemption fee. So I have to hear in history class about, Jeb Beason started his own little cavalry unit because he's such a twit. Well, guess what? Jeb Yankiewicz paid $300 and didn't have to go fight, and they drafted all the regular people.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a fact.
About 120 people were killed in the New York City draft riots.
That's the low end estimate.
That's the low end?
Yeah, and remember who's reporting these numbers. The federal government, Lincoln had arrested all the
regular people,
dissenting newspaper editors, and shut them down.
At least
I have estimates as high as 1,000 or more.
At least 11 black Americans were hung or lynched, however y'all want to say it. I guess lynching only happened in the South, in the New York City draft riots. How many people listening to my voice, or how many of your children or grandchildren have ever heard of the New York City draft riots and 120 to maybe 1,000 people being killed, at least 11 black Americans being hung, not because they had even been accused of like some crime. You know how it's always down Mississippi, there's so-and-so said something to some lady and they just went out and hung them.
No, it
wasn't even about that. It was purely about, hey, that person happens to be black. But we're never, ever taught that.
No. You have to dig for it on AI to get it to come up.
But just go look and do we have time? We don't have time. But look, at the start of the next thing, I'm not going to say a word. I'm going out to our callers, and then y'all get that segment. So stick with us. I definitely want to hear what y'all have. We'll be back.
every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
You can learn things, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Fred. Thank you.
But that's true, and I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. I am serious.
We have to stop kowtowing to every little thing that they have said is bad and evil, and they don't get to decide what is right and wrong. I'll bank my money on what God, the creator of the universe, says is right and wrong. It's worked very well for Western society for 2 millennia, and we've got to get with it. Got to fight the fight. We got to get after it. It's ridiculous. I'm just tired of great Americans being ripped to shreds, history going away, and all of us cowering around because we're afraid somebody's going to call us a bad name. It is time to save the republic.
You're listening to Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
Without a word, taking them in order, Rocco and Tour, welcome to the program.
You did
Good
it.
morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. How you doing?
Let's converge two topics and talk about how crony capitalism is going to prevent us from getting to the bottom of conspiracy theories.
Okay, give it to us.
Here's the scenario. So the government finds something that's very interesting, say Roswell artifacts. We'll throw that out since that's a popular conspiracy theory.
That.
Yeah, they look at this and they go, we don't know what the heck this is. We need to get some experts involved. So let's put out a government bid to solicit experts. So they put out this government bid, and Scott Security Systems decides that they are going to bid on it. They bid on it, and you win it. So the government gives you this and all this stuff for you to examine, and then after a predetermined length of time, they go, you know what? We don't think there's any value there. We're going to cancel this program. We're going to cancel this project. And then we're going to use a term called abandon in place, which you can look it up in the Federal Acquisition Act.
Okay.
So then it becomes the property of the contractor, who is then supposed to take care of it or do whatever they want to do with it.
I like that plan because I've got it all, right?
Yeah, so now you've got it all.
Okay, good.
So now the government says, that same guy that did that bid says, oh, by the way, there's an $80 bid for future weapon systems, and we need somebody to bid on this. And so we'll tailor the bid so that, like, one of the requirements is you have to post it Alabama Unfiltered. Well, that narrows it down to 3 or 4 folks, and of course, there's Scott Security Systems. So you get the bid for a $30 billion military system, and then the guy that was working with the government retires, and guess who he goes to work for?
Probably for me, because I'm pretty good buddies with him. Yeah.
Yeah, so he goes to work for you. So now here Sky comes along and goes, I want to find out about that Roswell thing. What happened? Well, the government says, we don't know anything about it. So Sky does what any American does and files a Freedom of Information Act, which returns nothing. Why? Because the government doesn't have it anymore. But they know exactly where it is, and they're partnered with the people who are working on it on other projects. And, if it becomes relevant, well, we can incorporate that back in. But we don't have it, so we can't tell you anything about it. It's a private enterprise.
This sounds so similar to the conspiracy theory that says where Facebook and some other tech companies came from, where the government's doing something. They kind of run into a snag. Maybe it's a whistleblower, maybe it's Congress, maybe it's just, hey, this is just getting too big. Hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're the government. And they're like, oh, our bad. You're right. We shall quit. And then, boom, lo and behold, a private company is doing exactly the same thing at lightning speed. And there's really no prohibition on helping that private company because that's kind of what we do. And then it's not the government doing it, it's the private company doing it, even though they're turning over all the information, and therefore you wiggle it around. Is that not the same as when we give these, it's illegal for the United States to give money to countries that have nuclear weapons who are not part of the International Nuclear Weapons Treaty. So what we do is we loan those countries money. We don't give it to them. We loan it to them. And then we forgive the loan over and over and over. Therefore, they're not giving it and not breaking the law. But you and I would call it giving them money. Isn't that the same thing?
Pretty much, but this way we get around having to tell anybody anything, and we can still do whatever we want to do.
Yeah, no, it's all the same line of thinking. It's how do we use the law? How do we use the setup in such a way that we can have plausible deniability and pretend like we're doing the right thing, but no, we're still up to the whatever shenanigans we're up to.
Right, and if you want to talk about shenanigans and financing, if you really want your blood to boil, look up Sharia law bank financing.
Is there a special bank financing for that too? Oh my
Under
goodness.
Sharia law, you are not allowed to charge Muslims interest. So local and state governments are providing Sharia-compliant lending practices.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'll send you the thread.
Where do you send that to? Because did you send it to Sky? Is that what happens when you send something, or am I supposed to be opening emails?
On Messenger.
Oh, on Messenger. All right, I need to learn to do that. I know how to do it. I need to start checking to see if you sent me something. Good deal, Rocco Tour.
Gotcha.
Thanks, buddy.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank you. There's a couple of groups out there that can't charge interest to their own people.
I've heard about one historically.
Well, now we have two, apparently.
How about that?
Two. Huh. Well, what's funny about that is the Christians aren't supposed to be charging interest to each other either. But you know us, we don't take all those. We don't take those rules seriously. They're more like guidelines.
Right. It's when it's convenient.
How you gonna make money? You have a stalled out economy if you don't charge interest to each other.
Well, first thing we'd have to do is get rid of the Federal Reserve, man. So,
You want to hear? You do not want to hear, and I'm coming, Papa B, but this is on topic. Do you want to hear AI's first sentence when I search for Sharia-compliant bank?
Oh, man. This ought to be good.
No, this is good. I'm going to read it slowly.
Okay.
AI overview. Sharia-compliant bank financing is an ethical financial system that replaces traditional interest-based loans with asset-backed trade, leasing, and profit-sharing models. So not only is it apparently true, AI says it's ethical. It's the ethical way, which I don't disagree. That's just some spin, is it not? It's just... y'all get what I'm saying, right?
I do indeed, yes.
All right, let's go to Papa B before I lose another part off my tractor because I'm losing my mind over here. Papa B, welcome to the program. Happy Thursday to you.
Happy Thursday. Yeah. I was going to say, first of all, if you want to see kind of a real, almost documentary, The Gangs of New York, if you go back and watch that movie, you'll see exactly what you guys are talking about right now, exactly what you're talking about when it comes to, the riots, the New York riots, and what it was all about, the burning of the draft cards. The whole uprising was, right there, and how they put it down, and all kinds of good stuff like that. So,
was the Gangs of New York set during that time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Go back and look at it.
I've never seen it because it was about gangs from New York, so I just was like, I'm not watching it.
Look, dude, it's a very violent, movie. Okay.
Okay.
Don't kid yourself, but it is almost. If you go back and look at it, it is exactly what y'all are talking about right now.
Dang,
So,
Papa B, that's man. I'm all right. All right, I learned something today.
So, I was going to say, now get ready for a little bit of whiplash because we're going to go from way back to current real quick. I'm not going to be dragging it.
Oh, you're fine. Drag it out. We have 15 hours a week for that.
So, anyway, misinformation, disinformation, maleducation. Boy, it sounds like a big old psyop to me about the Civil War and about all of our history of our country.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it sound kind of psyopish? And this has been going on a long time. It's not, without certain deliberations, and certainly it is deliberate. And it certainly has had, a planning for a long time. But now, hey, all of the big federal government social justice, warrior, wokeism stuff, it looks like reality is starting to send them some bills here. And they're having a hard time dealing with the payment of these bills on a current and contemporary basis because it really destroys a lot of what they've built over the years. The first one that I would point out real quick is the election of, was it the Michigan governor with Hong? Was that her name?
That was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, excuse me.
Yeah, no. Michigan elected the Sharia law guy, as the Democrat nominee for the U.S. Senate.
Right.
Right.
So Hong was going to win that election.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, she was. And, Oaks, all of a sudden, some memory sticks went missing from one of the machines. And, wait a minute, we found it again. And lo and behold, she didn't win.
Yeah.
So
why did they turn on Wong, Papa B? Why did they wang Wong?
What was wrong with Wong?
Yeah.
And so you're having to cheat on themselves. They're having to use their own cheating mechanisms on themselves, which I find to be hilarious.
Well, but you have to know the backstory if you're going to do the story of why. And Wong was overwhelming favorite. Vegas had her at plus 92 to win.
Oh, yeah.
And then she mouthed off and said, there's too many old white people in this country and we need to get rid of Thanksgiving and some other. And they realized she was going to be unelectable in the general election. And they
Not only that,
and
but she was going to be used as a poster child for all of the Republicans nationwide.
Exactly. She became a liability, and they got rid of her.
Yeah, and I do not believe that she lost that primary because all of a sudden people realized that she was off on the crazy edge.
No,
she lost that primary because they decided she was going to be an albatross.
Yep.
And that's what I think. And I also believe they stole it from her.
They did.
Oh, yeah,
I watched the news reports of the news anchors getting the results. Wait a minute. You're telling me what?
I saw the CNN guy who's like, some memory sticks. And he's got this look on his face like, because he knows he's stepping in the Trump 2020 stuff.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
right. They know what's going on. And they're like, we got to do better than this, man. Even I can't keep a straight face.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Reality is sending them a bill and they can't pay it.
Yeah.
The other one is with this WNBA crowd. All of a sudden, the WNBA folks are having to huddle together. Well, what we do? What's a woman? How do we define a woman? Because this guy up in this NBA players are saying, well, look, I'm a woman. I want to play.
Sure.
Illustrating absurdity by being absurd. The big Rush Limbaugh play.
That's right.
Is getting fanciful. And now they can't deal with it. They say, well, if we say that a woman is a real woman and we got to do genetic testing, then that's going to screw us because all of the, lesbians and the LGBTQ folks are going to come, and they are violently extreme. They're going to do some
Did you
stuff
see
to us.
Did you see the coach of the Fever? And I know we got to take a break, Papa B. We got to go to a break. But the coach of the Fever came out, and it was in the press conference. And if you got kids listening, cut it off for a second. I'm going to use a little Southern profanity. She's like, no, love is going to win, and so is going to win, and she says, and kindness is going to win, and then she's like, and she literally says, and kindness, and if you don't like that, you can go to hell. And I'm like, oh yeah,
there it is. There it is. There's your soundbite right there.
These are reality bills that they can't pay, dude, and it's smacking them in the face. I love it.
Oh, it's so bad. Papa B, thanks, buddy. Great call. We got to take a break. We'll be back.
you can learn things. And I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Fred. Thank you.
But that's true, and I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. I am serious.
We have to stop kowtowing to every little thing that they have said is bad and evil, and they don't get to decide what is right and wrong. I'll bank my money on what God, the creator of the universe, says is right and wrong. It's worked very well for Western society for 2 millennia, and we've got to get with it. Got to fight the fight. We got to get after it. It's ridiculous. I'm just tired of great Americans being ripped to shreds, history going away, and all of us cowering around because we're afraid somebody's going to call us a bad name. It is time to save the republic.
You're listening to Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
Welcome back into the program, everybody. This is Alabama Unfiltered Radio. I appreciate you listening to the show. Real quick, for those of you who thought I probably got that wrong, there is no way that kind of thing was said when it comes to professional sports. But I have it here for you because I would never leave you hanging. Come on now. All right, where is it? I saved it for you. Hold on. Private videos. That's not it. Collections. Here we go. All right. This is the Indiana Fever head coach. I think it's got the one, and I think it's acceptable old school profanity.
I take personally any suggestions that I don't 100% always have my players back. It's a shame that we can't have an opportunity to talk about what great basketball they're playing. When they go low, we go high. Love will win. Grace will win. Humility will win. And kindness will win. I stand by them. I will always stand by them. Everybody else can go to hell.
That sums it up. She didn't see the clip. Now, she's not being facetious at all. She really, that's authentic.
Yeah, no, that's
she's
it.
Not trying to make a joke or anything.
Yeah, AI, ESPN says the quotes, when they go low, we go high. Love will win. Grace will win. Humility will win. Kindness will win. I stand by them. I will always stand by them. Everyone else can go to Hades.
Yeah, so in other words, all these things we believe in, peace, love, brotherhood, unity, and if you don't like that,
and if you don't agree with us, you can go to it because we're kind.
Coexist.
How do I not get these passes that all these other people get? I didn't subscribe. I don't know what I did. The rest of that goes on to have Sophie Cunningham defend her. And then Caitlin Clark says something about how bad it was that the fans booed her. And I'm like, girl, I get it. You're trying your best, but sometimes you just gotta cut it. Because you know what the coach said? The coach said she didn't even see the foul.
Who didn't see it? The whole world?
The head coach did not see the girl just take Cunningham around the neck and head and just slam her. The head coach didn't.
Where was she at?
I keep noticing there is a trend, okay? When something just crazy, bat crap crazy happens in the WNBA, coaches seem to have this. I didn't see that. I didn't see it. I'm like, well, no wonder you're a terrible coach. Do y'all watch the games?
Really, man? What are you doing?
I mean, it's a fast break. Job. I mean, everybody's watching the ball. You didn't see it? No, I was seeing if the off guard was maybe going to their position. I'm like, they didn't say that. I'm adding that to it.
What else would you be looking at the time?
That's my point. How is it always? I didn't even see it. So, Caitlin, please, they don't like you. They don't like, and maybe
putting it mildly.
Maybe Caitlin Clark is a fellow traveler. I mean, she did say the thing about white privilege. Okay, I thought she was just trying to look. All y'all militant folks in the WNBA, don't kill me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be permanently paralyzed. So I'll say whatever you want. Whatever.
Yeah, she was
I'm
the
guilty.
Ring a little bit. She was kneeling at the altar.
She was. She was, and she was like, please. just let me be just a little part of the team, they're not going to let you be a part of the team.
Once you begin to acquiesce, once you begin down that road of giving in a little, you're done. And we've seen it time after time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never, ever compromise with these people.
No, you can't. Let's go to the phones. Who? No.
Oh, we lost one. Well,
what was it about? What was it? New York City something.
He had
free
a joke.
shoveling.
I don't want to blow the joke.
Okay.
About New York City free flea stores. No, that's coming next.
Free stores.
Free stores. Let me catch it. Maybe
he got knocked off. If that's him, we'll definitely get back to it because I need a little bit of that. News that y'all have you've gotten on some of the national stories. Southern Poverty Law Center Chief Financial Officer Heidi Barrick. Is that how you say it, Scott? Heidi Barrick.
I looked it up last night. It is Barrick.
Barrick. Yes. Heidi Barrick was previously identified as one of the Southern Poverty Law Center leaders who assisted in, quote, opening bank accounts with fictitious company names to make payments to hate groups. You can find this over at the last the Conservative Treehouse, actually. Opened these fictitious companies to make the payments to the hate group leaders. Now, this seems to be a trend as well, Sky, and I'm sorry for noticing, and y'all can be upset and blame it on me. Apparently, Heidi was in a romantic relationship with one of the Nazis whom she funded.
That's right.
According to CNN.
You can't make this stuff up.
Heidi has been charged as part of a superseding indictment with wire fraud conspiracy to submit false statements to a federally insured bank, and conspiracy to conceal money laundering.
Yes.
She was apprehended in California. CNN first reported Attorney General Todd Blanche confirmed it at an unrelated news conference at the DOJ headquarters that arrest was made. They've got the text from the some of the indictments. SPLC secretly paid F9 over $1,200,000 in donors' money. Heidi Barrick oversaw payments of donor monies to the Fs, or whatever the Fs are, including F9. These must be the code word for groups. Yeah.
You got it.
Barrick was also in a romantic relationship with F9. Between 2015 and 2021, approximately $140,000 in donor money flowed from the SPLC operating account through the Tech Writers account and was ultimately deposited into the joint bank account held by F9 and Barrick.
Wow. That's
so
damning.
Not only are you giving money to the Nazi,
you're
giving money to the Nazi in the bank account that your name is on.
Man, that's some intelligent criminal activity
there. Look, liberals have got to. I mean, how are liberal going to pay their bills?
It's above the law, All
right, now I'm going to.
She's righteous and virtuous, Scott.
Yes,
help
help the poor,
destroy Western civilization. So by any means necessary, and if you make a buck or two
on the side, you deserve it. So let's see. The Southern Poverty Law Center people are not only funding the racist hate groups that they're raising money to fight, so they're breaking the windows and then raising the money to fix the windows at the charity down the street. Then they're romantically involved with the hate groups. Then they're sending money to their own accounts with the hate groups. But I want y'all to note something, though, okay?
Wow.
This is a liberal mental illness. So Heidi, that's her name, Heidi?
Heidi Barrick.
Heidi loves the Nazis, even though she hates the Nazis, right? I hate the Nazis.
In bed with the Nazis.
I'm opposed to the Nazis, but I love me one Nazi.
Well,
how many of these leftist groups? Look at Don Lemon, right? Don Lemon.
Yeah.
He hates the white folks.
Yeah.
But his husband, isn't his husband white?
He is, by all
accounts. That's what I thought. AOC, white colonizers, awful.
Oppressors.
Isn't her boyfriend, husband, whatever he is, he's white?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm seeing a trend.
There, what's her name? Is it Talib? Which one is it? Talib. One of the other of that group has the same kind of issue, and it's almost like these people. I mean, do you think they ever go home and they're like, I've been out fighting Nazis all day, honey, and the Nazi's like, wait a minute, I'm a Nazi. You know what I'm saying?
That's after he tells her to make him a sandwich.
Make me a sandwich.
Yeah. Seek Heil.
The refrigerator's over there. No, I don't. You can't make this up.
No, nobody believed it.
There's a movie like Love the Enemy, Love My Enemy, Enemy Mine. Remember that old movie? It was like he was the alien or something, though, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's coming back. Yeah.
I mean, all these girls and guys or whatever Lemon is.
The enemy within.
They love the enemy. They hate them, but they love them.
It's like you always talk about with these liberal white women. They're crazy. Don't tell anybody.
We got to take a break before it just gets worse. We'll be back.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
So you can learn things, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Fred. Thank you.
But that's true, and I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. I am serious.
We have to stop kowtowing to every little thing that they have said is bad and evil and they don't get to decide what is right and wrong. I'll bank my money on what God, the creator of the universe, says is right and wrong. It's worked very well for Western society for 2 millennia, and we've got to get with it. Got to fight the fight. We got to get after it. It's ridiculous. I'm just tired of great Americans being ripped to shreds, history going away, and all of us cowering around because we're afraid somebody's going to call us a bad name. It is time to save the republic.
You're listening to Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
Into the program, everybody. Alabama Unfiltered Radio. I am Scott Beason. Thank you for listening. Thank you for telling people about the show. If it wasn't for y'all, I mean, no one would know we exist. We grow by leaps and bounds because y'all tell people about it. Now, you might say it like, I can't believe. That's okay. We'll take it. We will take it.
That's good enough.
You got to hear this guy. He's brain damaged.
You're not going to believe
his mama
this.
dropped him on his head. Let's go to Robert. Robert's probably not brain damaged. Robert, welcome to the program.
Well, that depends on who you ask.
Don't ask your wife. I know who not to ask.
Right.
Welcome in, buddy.
Hey, imagine, if you will, and if this Nazi plays this right, they go back to the meeting and say, y'all not going to believe this. And this is straight out of Blazing Saddles. I convinced Heidi Byrick to open a joint bank account and give me $1 million.
Where's all the white women?
The white women be bringing the cash. That's where all the white women is.
It's almost too good to be true, I tell you.
Hard to believe.
You can look. This is another one, Robert, where if you and I wrote this in some sort of screenplay or script, and we took it to Hollywood, they would just kick us out of the office because there's like that is so preposterous. It will never happen. Nope. That's just dumb.
Has anybody identified the Nazi?
Oh, they know. They're just using codes. I think it's F9.
Yeah, he's F9.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if the ones that they're associated with, that they know who it is.
Oh, like, well, the people involved have got to know. They're like, okay, is Robert F9? No, it's not Robert. Remember that blonde-headed chick he was with? She's a little heavy set. Yeah, I remember. I think it's Sky. That's how they do it.
If you saw this woman, you'd remember her. Have you seen her picture?
I saw her.
If it was me, I would be telling everybody I'm not suicidal.
You're right. But that quit working, Robert. Apparently saying I'm not suicidal is like guarantees that you're next on the list.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
Hey,
first-time caller, by the way.
Hey, thanks, Robert. I appreciate you, buddy. Don't be a stranger and give us a call back. Good call. He was a first-time caller too, right? Sky. That's what he said. First-time caller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe him.
Yeah, you remember back when, hey, look, I'm not suicidal was actually like a hedge. Yeah. And we've had multiple people in the last couple of years who died within a month or two after saying, hey, I'm not suicidal. And you know what everybody said?
What?
Well, they committed suicide. I mean, there's like no research, whatever.
It only works once, apparently. Yeah, the SPLC thing, it was rumored in this town for many, many years what they were doing. I never thought it would see the light of day nationally.
It never would have if there hadn't been a Trump administration. So chalk that up to at least the Trump administration.
That's one thing
at least got one person, at least, in one position that said, you know what? Those turkeys down there, they've been up to no good, and we're going to get them.
I should have thought of that. I'm going to start making a list.
We need a list of the little victories.
Yeah, the things that have been accomplished.
Because we do some.
It's easy to forget.
Well, the president just the other day said, remember he's changing the vaccination schedule for children?
Right. RFK Jr. has done some great work getting the dyes and the additives out of the food.
Yep. So we're making progress. And considering the giant size of the glacier we're trying to push with a motorboat, little bitty motorboat, we're having some wins, but everything is arrayed against us. And unfortunately, the president sometimes wanders over to the glacier and starts pushing back on the boat. And you're like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, my bad. I forgot I was supposed to be in the boat, not on the big thing of ice. And he gets back on the boat, and we're like, hey, he's back. I mean, it happens sometimes.
It has happened more often than not lately.
Yeah,
though.
because he's not, like Clark will tell you, he's not a philosophical kind of person.
No, he's a reactionary, Scott.
Yeah, and sometimes I think he just wants to react, and you're like, okay, here would be a good example. Would you be surprised if they came out and said, hey, Are you for this? Chuck Schumer says he's for this. Trump would be like, heck no, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And they're like, wait a minute, you signed it yesterday. It was your EO he was talking about, your executive order. He's like, yeah, my bad. It was the greatest. It was the best thing ever. Like, sometimes he just is against it or for it or just, and you're like, what happened? And then you know what you get? You get the next person who says, well, that's because he's playing Ford chess.
That's right at the top of the list. Let me get that down.
4D chess. Yeah. Let's take a break. Then Clark will be up for that last segment. We'll be back. We have to stop kowtowing to every little thing that they have said is bad and evil, and they don't get to decide what is right and wrong. I'll bank my money on what God, the creator of the universe, says is right and wrong. It's worked very well for Western society for 2 millennia, and we've got to get with it. Got to fight the fight. We got to get after it. It's ridiculous. I'm just tired of great Americans being ripped to shreds, history going away, and all of us cowering around because we're afraid somebody's going to call us a bad name. It is time to save the republic.
You're listening to Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level. So more.
Welcome back in, everybody. This is Alabama Unfiltered Radio. I'm Scott Beason. I just realized that I think I lean into the mic every time Sky says, "You're on." So on the YouTube, I'm like back and forth like I'm in a rocking chair.
That shows you're involved.
Look at that old guy in the rocking chair.
If you're just sitting there not moving, then you ain't grooving.
Yeah, you get groovy.
Yeah.
Clark, welcome to the program.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Clark.
Kind of have to go NASCAR.
No, you can have this whole segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Francesca Hong,
Yeah.
who was polling 20 to 25 points ahead of her opponent, the DSA darling that was further damaging a very damaged brand.
Yes.
And her deep state defeat. Now, how many states were there that stopped counting simultaneously in 2020, Scott? 6 of them.
I was going to go
And
8 with 6. Okay.
Swing states.
Wisconsin, oh yes, swing states.
Mhm.
Wisconsin was one of those. Not coincidentally, that's where Francesca was running. And she was winning until magical mail-in ballots began to appear.
Yes.
And then she lost to David Crowley, 39.78 to 39.27. You got to give them credit, Scott. They're not greedy. They'll steal a
Just
W,
enough.
but they won't steal a landslide. Scott, did you know that there is a theme song?
We do that in Alabama, by the way. We'll steal the landslide. Go ahead. The theme song.
There's a theme song. If you don't get this, I lament your pitiful childhood. Hong Kong phooey, quicker than the human eye. Hong Kong phooey, kiss victory goodbye. With mail-in votes and a late-night count, pretty soon it was all she wrote. Hong Kong phooey, quicker than the human eye.
Man, that takes you back.
I used to like that show.
That's how it happened, right
Used to.
there.
Yeah.
There was Hong Kong phooey in Wisconsin.
Then there was Dr. John, his big hit in the 70s.
What was that?
I was in the right place. But
At
it must have been the
wrong
time.
The wrong time. Why do we keep making Hong into Wong?
I don't know.
Because we're from
I think it's
Alabama?
That caller we get from Hertsahatchee, Japan, that's always doing that. Man, Mr. Wong Jong.
Wong Jong, Hong's cousin. Clark, let me ask you this.
She was all Wong, but her name was Hong. So.
Hong. Don't you think some liberals in that state are like, what the heck? Because they know it had to at least get stolen a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it got stolen a lot bit. So what I want to know is when is the DSA going to team up with conservatives to demand vote integrity?
yeah, you stand by for that. We'll let you know, Clark. Did you see the news teams though? That's the funniest bit.
I'm telling you, the CNN thing. I gotta find it. I saved that for y'all.
There's one of a local station when the USB card sticks came in.
Yeah.
And they were the audits, not the actual numbers. The guy said, "You got to be kidding!
you got to be kidding me!"
Yeah.
Oh man, you just can't make this up. It's unbelievable.
Almost.
Well,
there's Clark. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not. So yeah,
it's all too real.
It should be though.
I just want to know why the left is not. I mean, they should be, but they're not going to vote. They're not going to ask for voter integrity. When Alabama, some of Alabama's most recent, I say in the last 20 years, voter fraud situations have been Democrats stealing primaries from Democrats, especially in local elections. And but they're still against things like voter ID.
Well, it's their whole system.
Yeah.
They're trying to wreck their whole system. They're not going to go for it. They want to keep power just like the Republicans do.
Yeah.
They just have their ways of doing it.
Well, the Uniparty seems to be together on this. The establishment Democrats will steal it from their, quote, fringy base, and the establishment Republicans will steal it from their fringy base.
Public support, 85-90% for the SAVE Act. Privately, the senators and congressmen, 80 to 95% against it.
Opposed to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Cart,
for inverse math.
What are we going to do, brother?
When push comes to shove, the establishment will protect the establishment.
Yeah.
You're right about that. It's a big club, and we ain't in it, apparently.
There it is.
You got it, man. Thanks for the call.
Take care.
So her name's Hong.
Her name is Hong. No, not Heidi. I get her confused with the SPLC.
No, Heidi's the SPLC girl.
Right.
It's Francesca.
That's nice.
How do you get I'm still fascinated with that. Look, she should be solidly like American, not communist, not socialist. I mean, because she's got all the diversity check boxes. She's got the European sounding Francesca name, and then Hong, and I just don't get it. But have you seen? You know what the cover up is, though? The cover up from the press is that what happened to her, she went out and said crazy stuff about Thanksgiving and everything, and everybody turned against her. All she had to do was stay at home and not make the national news. Don't ride the circuit, and she would have won. And I think they're only saying that to cover for, hey, because look, if she got beat, the leftist does not lose to mail-in ballots. That does not happen. No. We got to go till tomorrow. See y'all.